Namaskar students. In this video, I am going to explain generations of computers, which is part of chapter 1 computer system overview for computer science and informatics practices. So this is Sanjay Parmar here. I welcome you all in my series computer science and informatics practices for class 11. So let me begin. So first of all, what are the generations? So when we think about generations, it can be considered as a evolution over the time of particular period. Suppose we can say 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 3 years, like that. So that can be considered as generation. So in previous video I have discussed about computer evolution or evolution of computers. If you missed that video I will provide you in I button or in description link. So you go through that link, you will get the idea about computer evolution. So it is started with technological evolution. Each and every generation used different components in computers for storage of data and performing the task. So basically there are 5 generations of computers, and I have seen that through different sources they are mentioning the different timing for that particular generation or different duration for each generation. So I have considered this generation duration according to the various sources, and I have written here. So whatever common I found, that I have written over here. Otherwise you can search on internet, you will get different timing duration for each generation. So let me begin with the first generation. So if you imagine the first generation computers, here I have placed one picture, this picture. So this picture is showing you the first generation computers. They are very large in size and they occupied at least one big room, we can say. So those types of computers were there. So basically they were using vacuum tubes to store data. Here you can see these are the pictures of vacuum tubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they were made up of glass. Now when they were made up of glass, they generate lots of heat and it results in frequent hardware failure. So they are very large in size, it has less memory storage, and they were very expensive at that time. To input data, they were using punch cards and paper taps for taking data. So these you can search the images, how it was looking, punch cards and paper taps, then you can imagine how to get the data. Basically these are those types, we can say punch cards and paper taps. So these are these types of devices. So they were used to take the input. Some of the examples: Mark I, it was developed by Howard H. Aiken. ENIAC, the full form is Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. It was developed by John Presper Eckert and John W. Moseley. Then EDSAC. EDSAC stands for Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator, developed by Professor M. Wilkes of Cambridge University. And one more is there, UNIVAC. The full form is Universal Automatic Computer, developed by J. Presper Eckert and John Moseley. So these are the first generation computers. Now next is second generation computer. The duration mentioned over here is 1960 to 1965. So they were using transistor to store data. Here you can see that transistors are given. I have pasted one picture, you can see over here. They were small in size compared to first generation computers. They were more reliable and having more memory storage compared to first generation computers. And they were also using punch cards to take the input from user. 2 examples here I have given. One is IBM 1401 and RCA 501. These are the name of computers produced by the company. IBM produced by IBM and RCA. That was also one computer's name. Now let me move ahead. Third generation computers. The timing duration was 1966 to 1971. They were smaller, cheaper, more efficient and more reliable than first and second generation computers. they were using ICs. IC I have already introduced in previous video. The full form is integrated circuit. Some of the ICs pictures I have placed over here for review. You can see here, these are the pictures, ICs. Okay, so they are electronic component which is used in third generation computers. Then from third generation computers, you can see they have started using keyboards as input devices and monitors as output devices. So now the computers made very compact compared to other generations. So examples are IBM 360 and IBM 370. Again, they have developed this type of computers, and they were very famous that time for manufacturing the computers. Then the fourth generation, which is generally time is considered like this, and the modern computers which we are using, that is also a part of fourth generation computers. So that we cannot say like that 1980, but it is till date, we can say like that. So the fourth generation computers are modern computers. They are using VLSI. This also I have explained in previous video what is VLSI, MSI and all. So you can watch in that video. VLSI and microprocessors integrated on single chip, that is called CPU. So on CPU you can see this type of devices. So they are integrated in one socket, that is called CPU. So they have more storage capacity and more computing power. Examples I have given here, IBM PC and Apple Macintosh. So these are good examples of fourth generation computers. They are using different types of integrated circuits, that is known as VLSI, very large scale integration. That is one part of IC only, and in this type of generations of computers, ICs were used to process data and performing the task and to take input. As you are well aware about that, they are using keyboards and mouse. Right now we have so many input devices that I have already explained in input devices and output devices video, that also you can watch. It will available in I button, and I will provide you link in description as well. So that also you can see which type of input devices are used in modern computers. Basically you are aware about that keyboard, mouse. More devices are there like touch screen, light pen. Okay, so these are the input devices used with this type of computers. After then, the next part is fifth generation computers. So fifth generation computers, as people are thinking, I heard, or you also have heard, that they can think. Computers, they can think. So they are making such type of systems based on artificial intelligence. So what provides something output or some decisions based on our input, as we are thinking, or like human being. They can think like human being. Okay, so these are the fifth generation computers. They have very high storage capacity and high speed, and capable to perform sophisticated tasks as well. So that you might have heard that some robots are doing the human beings task very easily. Automation is going on rapidly in the industries. Okay, and I have posted some videos related to AI. If you want to watch, you can watch that also. That is available in the section Artificial Intelligence for class 9th. So there also I have explained what is AI and how it is working and all. So those video also you can refer for reference. So I hope you like this video. So hit the like button, share with your friends, and comment your doubt if you have any, or you can comment your feeling as well with comment section. And if you are watching my video first time, if you are coming to my channel first time, subscribe the channel and press the bell notification icon to get notified. Thank you very much for watching this video. Keep watching, keep learning.